More dangerous science and what it could mean for the world and humanity in general. Callum Hoare of Express UK. End of the world. Expert warns of human extinction if this scientific test goes wrong. A futuristic science experiment that could be catastrophic and mark the end of the world. This is what an expert warned during a podcast. It could be devastating. Existential risk is the theory of a future event leading to a global catastrophe and therefore the end of life on Earth. Josh Clark is a published author and he presented the scientific podcast Stuff You Should Know concerning the fears of a future scientific test that has a potential to end the world. And the world and life on the world as we know it. Clark revealed during a guest appearance on Big Things Think Again podcast how another experiment that is similar to the first nuclear detonation could happen again in the future. Something with new technology that in this time could mean the end. The former anthropology student detailed how he's afraid that risks could be taken in the name of quote-unquote science that could have catastrophic consequences for humanity and all life on Earth. This is what he said March 17th. There's this idea among the scientific community that there is no such thing as going too far and that is dangerous. In other words, they think they can have control of everything. They don't see that beyond the conclusion may be catastrophic. The experiment goes all wrong. He said in the first nuclear detonation, it was considered an existential risk because we were not sure what would happen. We were developing technology that if you couple it with humans' ideas that everything will work out, we are going to end up blowing ourselves up. But by that, I do mean a couple of people will die. I mean, if one thing goes wrong, there is no second chance and humanity is driven to extinction. This is what Josh Clark says. If one thing goes wrong, there is no second chance and humanity is driven to extinction. Clark went on to explain on how human nature teaches us to learn from our mistakes. The problem with existential risk is we don't get to do it over. There is no second chance. So you can't learn from your mistakes, you're just gone. This is really hard for us because that is how we learn how to not eat poisonous mushrooms, for example, by one of us trying them and ending up dead because of it. The rest of the group then said, okay, steer clear of those, and we spread the knowledge. And there's always been enough humans left over to keep the species going, even if some had to die along the way. Now, Clark chillingly reminded listeners how we cannot afford to have this mindset in the future. He said, with existential risks, this is what makes them so different. They don't follow that model. We have to figure them out before they happen, because once they do happen, there may not be any humans left to learn from them. And of course, he's right. There's no drawing board because it will either be vaporized or no humans left to read it. So it would be a global species-wide effect, of course. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.